Okay, guys, I'm glad that you're back with me now. This is going to be part two, tuning in to spirit, part two of reading a photo. I did want to touch a little bit on visualization of the photo that I had mentioned earlier. Um, there are times when you're looking at a picture before you actually tune in to spirit, to hear spirit in your head, or see spirit with your third eye in your mind, your intuition, your higher self. Um, you can look at a photo and it has become, this has happened over a period of time for me to where when I'm looking at a photo, if it's a photo of a person that has passed, I can see on their body, in most cases, in the picture, an area highlighted to tell me where they're passing or where the trauma that made their passing occur came from, such as like if they passed from a heart attack or lung problems, like it might be lit up here in this area, or if it was something with the throat or breathing, um, it could be here lit up in this area. I have done a reading for somebody that passed from a motorcycle accident where their whole side of their face in the picture, it was a normal picture before they passed, was just kind of lit up and there was like a light on it. Um, I've seen things in the head area. Uh, it's just new things that, not new for me, but things that start to open up for you as you progress in your readings. You'll start to see more and more just in visualization of a picture. But it's things that you can look for. You do want to be real careful when giving someone a reading. If you're just using visualization, you don't want to come out and say, well, especially if it's a live person, you do not want to come out and say, well, something's going on in your chest, you're going to die of a heart attack. You don't want to do nothing like that because you don't know. You're not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. We don't know that. So you never want to say anything like that to anybody. But in a reading for someone that has passed, if you see an area like that, and then once you go through the visualization part and you tune into spirit, which is the next part that we're going to talk about on this video, and you get a connection with spirit and you know in your heart that that's how they passed, you definitely want to mention it. So we're going to go into tuning in with spirit now, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope it's informative and helpful to you. Okay, you guys, so tuning into spirit with reading a photo. Oh my goodness, where to start? There's just so many ways to tune into spirit reading a photo. We've discussed visualization. I've told you what to look for in a picture before you ever even really tune into spirit. No matter what, as I said at the beginning of the other video, before starting any of this, you need to make sure your mind is clear. All the drama, day-to-day stuff is gone from your mind. Your mind is free and clear. There's nothing coming in except the love and light from God. You just clear your mind and your vibration is raised. If you need to do some deep breathing, you do that. Do your meditation, whatever you need to do to find that spot in your mind to where you're totally clear, blank space. If there's any noise in the background, you don't even hear it. So once you get to that spot, we're going to tune into spirit. And when you're reading a photo for someone, whether they are living or deceased, you just want to be the most accurate that you can be. You want to try to get a connection, and I'm going to try my best to give you guys the way that I learned the most. I'm just going to tell you the way that I learned. So here we go. When you're going to give a reading on a photo of a deceased or a past loved one for somebody, this person is deceased, there's going to be 3 things you're going to want to give to the person for the reading. You're going to want to try to give them a name. You're going to try to give them how this person passed. And you're going to give them information that only they would know about their loved one. 3 validating facts: a name, how they passed, information only they would know. So those are the 3 things you need to focus on. And the way to do that is, once you clear your mind and you connect with spirit, what I do is I call my guides in to assist me. I call my guides in to assist me, and I say, I'm going to connect with this spirit here. Please assist me in connecting with them. If they're afraid to come across and talk with me, please assist them and let them know that I am only in the love and the light of God, that I'm a good person, that I'm only wanting to get messages across to their loved ones, messages of healing, because they need to hear from their loved ones. And I want to be the messenger for them. I want to be their voice. That is how you need to communicate with spirit. You need to let spirit know that it's fine for them to come and talk with you, that you're comfortable and at ease. You need to show no fear. There's nothing to be scared of. Like attracts like. If you only want the positive to come in, that's what you're going to get. If you want fear and negativity to come in, or you're scared, you're not going to get the good, love, and light. You're going to get stuff that might scare you, but you don't want that. I've never had anything to scare me, so you don't have to worry about that. You just got to be positive. And spirits only want to come in to give their loved ones word of healing. They want to let them know that they're there with them. And we are the messengers to the people to let them know that they are there. Okay, you guys, so I've given you the 3 things, the most validating things you need to know when doing a picture reading for someone. Name, how they passed, only things that they would know about their loved one that had passed. So I do several things. I started out with automatic writing, and I have several videos up, so you guys can refer back to that. But when I do this, I write those questions out for the spirit that I'm trying to connect with, and I read them out loud. But what I do is I just take some deep breaths, and I just shut my eyes, and I just find my relaxing spot, and I just hone in on that picture that I've studied, and I really look into that person's eyes, and I just kind of feel them, and I start picking up little things. And you may want to just kind of second guess yourself at first, because you may hear something like Mickey Mouse, and you're like, what? Why am I thinking about Mickey Mouse? That's your ego coming in. Don't second guess yourself, because that is spirit. When you hear spirit in your mind, you're going to hear spirit in your mind in your own voice, not in another voice. You're going to hear it in your voice. So you may be just sitting there thinking, and inside your mind you hear Mickey Mouse. So you're going to write it down. You're going to write it down. Or if you're sitting there with your eyes open, you're going to type it up. For instance, my grandmother used to call everybody dear on the telephone. Like, okay, dear, talk to you later, dear. See you later, dear. And one day, I always used to stay with her after school. And one day she hung up off the phone, and I said, Baba, because I always called her Baba. I said, why do you call everybody dear? And she says, well, it sounds better than a-hole, doesn't it? And I know I'm not supposed to say that word, but a-hole's okay, I think. And so if she came back today to me, and I was getting a reading done, a picture reading done, and somebody came across it and said the word a-hole to me, I would 100% for sure know that that was her coming through to me, saying, bringing up the dear term. So even if it's something that may be a little ugly to you, you never want to dismiss any information from spirit. If it is, I heard another lady talk on another video about she was giving a reading for somebody and the spirit kept shooting the finger up. And she was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to tell that person that. I don't want to tell that person that. But she finally did, and she kept saying, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And the lady said, that's okay. That was my dad's way of saying I love you. You know, just funny things that people never would know of. So anything you get in your mind, you need to put it out there. And you need to not let your ego dismiss it. And your ego is like, say chicken casserole came up and you're like, you're second guessing yourself and you're like, where in the world did that come from? And you're just sitting there and you're like, chicken casserole, I'm not going to put chicken casserole down. Put it down because it's got meaning. If it comes up, don't second guess it. So you're sitting there doing a picture reading and these little things are coming up. And your ego is going to step into play when you're first getting started, when you're first learning how to do this. You're going to second guess yourself. Don't. Go with the first thought that pops in your mind. Go with your gut. Go with your intuition. Go with your higher self, because that's spirit. That is spirit talking to you. It seems like something just coming to you in your mind, but it's spirit. I promise you guys. Because I finally learned to go with that. And it is, I'm not going to say I'm 100%, but it is so close. It's like 85, 90% accurate most of the time. When you learn to let that ego drop and you just go for the thoughts that just come to your head, that's spirit. And the more and more you learn to do that, and the more readings that you give, the more and more that starts opening up to you. So as I started doing that, I would start writing it down. And yeah, I'd get some things wrong. I'd get some things right. Because at first I let my ego jump into it. Then I learned, I'm going to go straight with what I'm getting. I'm not going to second guess myself. So go straight with what you're getting. When your mind is clear and you've looked at that photo and you've looked into that person's eyes, you go with what you're getting. If you have to shut your eyes, I had to shut my eyes at first. Now I'm to a point where I don't have to. We grow as we practice. Remember the first video? More and more you do it, the better and better you'll get. I hope this helps you guys a little bit. I look forward to making some more videos. I know I need to do deciphering pictures in your head, and I will get to that. It will not be on this video. I'm trying to keep these between 10 and 15 minutes because I think people have more time to learn and listen to them that way. So I'm sure there'll be a couple of things I forgot. I look forward to your comments on this, and I hope you enjoy it. Love and light, you guys. The next one's going to be deciphering pictures in your mind. And you guys have a beautiful night. Thank you. Bye.